What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Make sure you hit that like button if you're new to the channel. Subscribe right now. Ladies and gentlemen, the title of the video, Miami Dolphins Day 2 mini camps. Tua Tagovailoa changing the narrative. Who's shining out there, man? We're going to talk about it all. I'm going to give y'all an insight right now. Based off of early reports, it looks like Tua Tagovailoa is changing the narrative, and this is what we need. This is what we want for our young quarterback to shine and give us moments like this where we can be proud of him and proud of his growth. All right? Now, the reason why I put the title in the title, Tua Tagovailoa changing the narrative, ? That's the point of it all. Only he can change the narrative. Not the people who hate him, not the people who love him. Only Tua Tagovailoa can change the narrative. And what does that mean? It means when he plays bad, the narrative is bad. When he does what he sounds like he's been doing today, the narrative is good. And we need our quarterback to keep the narrative good. And it sounds like that's what he's out there doing today. So big ups to the young kid, the leader of our franchise for the future, hopefully, right? Tua Tagovailoa. And let me say, before I even get started, all y'all who love Tua, make sure that you in here giving it to those people who were down on him yesterday, including me. Make sure and make sure you make it known that this is what you were talking about. And all y'all who dislike Tua, this is your opportunity to show how much of a real Miami Dolphin fan you are. Are you a Tua hater or are you a Dolphin fan? Tua haters are going to find a reason to make today minuscule. Real Dolphin fans are going to appreciate him coming out day 2 and changing the narrative, because that's what it's about. So any of y'all who got in your mind, oh, it's OTAs, it's nothing, I just need to wait. If you didn't have that same energy yesterday, shame on you. Shame on you as a Dolphin fan, all right? So let's dive into it, baby. Let's dive into it. Y'all know the rules. In mini camps, we're going to follow the tweet path, all right? We're going to go from the start of camp. We're going to take the tweet path all the way up. All right. We're going to talk about what's happening today. Based off of some of the things that I've saw, it's going to be a really good show because there's a lot of things we got to talk about that's really positive from specific individuals today. There are three individuals in particular that I am very happy with today, and I'll point those three out. Matter of fact, I'll give you two, and I'm going to see if you can guess the third one. Number one, obvious. Excited about what Tua Tagovailoa was able to do after having the day that he had yesterday. Now, practice isn't completely over, okay? From my understanding, they still may be working right now, but this is what I like to go live because by the time we get to where they are now, we'll get the end of practice. So we should be ending this stream around when they end practice with the latest of what's going on, okay? Number two, Noah Igbenogany, y'all. We might be having a little sighting. We might be having a little sighting in Noah Igbenogany. And number three, there's one more guy that I told y'all he might make this roster. I'm going to let y'all figure out who that is. We're going to eventually come to his name. And the first person to name the individual in the comment section, man, I'm going to give you a big shout out because you're on top. Oh, gosh, they already got it. Justice. Robert Foster, y'all. I told y'all, and when we pick receivers, I was sitting here on the panel the other night, last week, and everybody was naming their top 7 receivers, and I'm sitting there asking everybody, y'all don't think Robert Foster gonna make the roster? Because I do. And the work he's putting in at camp today is showing why he might be making this roster and getting some playing time because he's a good wide receiver. And he's the guy that averaged over 20 yards a catch, if I'm not mistaken. But this guy is talented. So we're going to dive into all of that, all right? But we're going to start at the beginning of camp. And y'all know the rules. We're going to go from the start to finish, and we're going to break down everything that we hear. But we got 165 people watching. Punch that like button so we can get 100. Y'all know we'll be there within the next half hour or so. So hit that like button right now, all right? Punch so that we can get over 300 people in the room so we can enjoy it. We want to maintain 300 people in the room in the off season, y'all. All right. Right now we're at 74 likes. Help the channel, hit that like button. Only half of y'all hit the like button. Don't be lazy. Don't be lazy. Even if you're a Tua hater and you don't like what's happening today. Even if you're a Tua hater and you don't like what's happening today, get over it. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Get over it already, okay? Matter of fact, you should be excited, especially if you dislike Tua. You should be excited this kid had the day that he had today because this is the last day of minicamps, and you don't want him going out 2 days of bad and then festering that for a whole month coming into training camp. The kid did what he was supposed to do, from my understanding. He did what he was supposed to do today, and let's make sure we have that energy. Don't be fake. Don't be phony. I'm the one that'll take that criticism. Oh, TD being fake. I'll take that. But come on, man. We got to get on board with the Miami Dolphins, all right? So hit that like button. Appreciate y'all. There we go. We got 115 likes. 180 people in the room. So punch that like button so we can get over 200. Then we'll get 3. Here we go. Let's go ahead and start off camp, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are showing up to camp. And let's talk about the observations. Barry Jackson tweeted, only Dolphins not on the field to start day 2 of minicamp are Agba here, but he was there, but nursing a minor injury. So that's good that he's there. And Preston Williams, but here he was there, but working his way back from foot surgery. Sorry. Expected back for a season. And Xavier Howard contract dispute. All right, so Preston and Agba, that's still a good sign. No worries, but we still got the Xavier Howard issue sitting here lingering. Shout out to the homie EM in the comment section. I see you, brother. Elder Bruce Jones, Chef Drew, Triple S Podcast, Triple Fans, Finsanity, all the mods. Appreciate y'all coming through. And all the members. Thank y'all for being members of TD Fans Talk. Love you, man. Shout out to Ronnie, man. All right, let's keep it moving, all right? Now, the story of the day starting out camp was Brian Flores encouraging Tua Tagovailoa to stay aggressive after throwing 5 interceptions, in which he should, because we're going to need to fix what happened yesterday, and the only way you can fix that is continuing to be aggressive and learn from your mistakes and make better decisions. And I'm glad, all right, that he's going to maintain his aggressiveness, and it sounds like that's what he was doing today. Let's break it down, all right? All right, let's see here. One moment, y'all. Okay, here we go. We start out with Omar Kelly mentioning 7-on-7s have started. The field is wet, but no rain right now. All right. Devontae Parker had to break up a possible interception from Jacoby Brissett that Terrell Barnes nearly caught. All right. So Jacoby Brissett throwing to Devontae Parker. He had to break it up because that was an interception. Parker just saved Jacoby Brissett. So first beginning of the day, Jacoby Brissett struggling. All right. The windows are tight during 7-on-7s. It's half field work. That's good to hear. That's what we want. Tight windows. Robert Foster snags one fully extended in 7-on-7s. He's made a handful of plays in the 2 days out here. And Robert Foster, y'all gonna hear that name a lot. And obviously, I don't know who threw the pass, but the pass wasn't the most beautiful because he had to fully extend to get it, but he came down with it. And that's how you protect your quarterback. I don't care if it was Sinnett. I don't care if it was Brissett. I don't care if it was Tua. Whoever threw that ball, you protected your quarterback. Extend and make the play even if it wasn't on the mark. Let's get it. So shout out to Robert Foster. Another one for Robert Foster, just made a nice catch over the middle of the field. It's half field work. Love it. Deep sideline pass from Tua to Jakeem Grant. Complete. Touchdown. First touchdown of the day. And it's Tua to Grant. What's the irony? All that talk about Grant last year. But hey, first touchdown, Tua to Grant. On the money. Chemistry looking good. That's what it's about. Somebody said, hey, Grant caught one. Man, no, hey, Tua and Grant had some chemistry and connected for one. Give them both credit. Because there were times where the balls were overthrown and underthrown last year, and there were times the ball was thrown perfect and receivers dropped the ball. So there was a lot to go around last year, but this is a good sign to hear him connecting for a touchdown with Jakeem Grant. Now, I may read some of these tweets, and they'll be doubles because I'm trying to read everyone's tweets so we don't miss anything. So you might hear me read something twice from a different person, okay? All right, let's keep it going. Travis Wingfield mentions that play. He said Tua finds Jakeem up the sideline for a would-be touchdown on 7-on-7. Got behind the defense. Ball hit him in stride. I love Travis Wingfield's narrative because it was more detailed. All right. And Omar commented on it. He said Jakeem Grant just caught a well-placed deep ball from Tua. Nice throw. Showed some arm on it. That's what I want to hear, baby. Showed some arm. Nicely placed. Nice throw. Jakeem Grant catching it. It don't get no better than that, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Now Tua rips one down the middle for Allen Hurns in stride for a chunk gain. Ooh, that's how you start practice, baby. You're starting to rip it. You're getting touchdowns. You're hitting people on. Come on, man. And shout out to Allen Hurns, whose name is being mentioned. I ain't heard from him in a long time. That's what's up. He getting open, and Tua hitting him in the middle of the field in stride. That's what we need, baby. Jacoby Brissett just got picked off by Javaris Davis. There you have it. Jacoby out here starting out with his picks. That's not good. Come on, Jacoby. And then it's Javaris Davis. I don't even know who Javaris Davis is. And I know I should, but I don't. I'm being honest. Don't sound like it's somebody who making the roster. But I don't count nobody out. I'm just saying. Look, get it together, Jacoby. You never know what happens. I still need you to play well, too. Injuries do happen in this league, and we, knock on wood, we hope Tua don't get injured. But if he does, we still need a comparable, it might be one of them 1 games or 2 games Tua might be out. You never know. You want your quarterback to come in and get it done. Come on, Jacoby. That's 2 days in a row. You had 2 yesterday, and you starting out with 1 today. All right? All right, here we go. Let's keep it moving, y'all. Nice catch. This is from Safid, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Nice catches on post routes by Will Fuller and Robert Foster. There goes Will Fuller showing up and Robert Foster's name being mentioned again, and they're on post routes. I love that. Corners, baby. And Tua just connected with Jakeem Grant on a nice streak down the sideline, and Allen Hurns in the middle of the field, a hybrid 3-on-3. So this is a 3-on-3. It's just matchup, mano-y-mano. They're simulating basically zero blitzes where everybody's man-to-man, no safety help. Let's see who gets open, who makes a play, and Tua's out there ripping them apart, all right? And that's that 3-on-3 action. Now, y'all know 7-on-7 is a lot tougher because it's more jumbled up out there on the field. 3-on-3 is the easiest that it gets. So it looks like all that work was in 3-on-3. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not diminishing anything. You're hitting your guys on 3-on-3. I like that. But a lot of times I like to see the 7-on-7 and 11-on-11 because it's more jumbled. It's more bodies around there. It's not as easy to process because you got so many moving parts. You're looking at 14 guys moving versus 6. All right. So that was the 3-on-3 session, it looks like. But good start. Good start, because even in a 3-on-3, I like him getting that confidence going into the 7-on-7s and stuff. So we'll see how the 7-on-7s went in the 11-on-11s as time goes, all right? Let's keep it going. Here we go. Jacoby Brissett follows with the interception of Javaris Davis. We know that already. All right, here we go. Okay, let me read from Travis Wingfield what he said about that interception from Brissett. Jarvis Davis gets an interception on a throw from Brissett. Ball was just off the frame of the wide receiver, and Davis capitalizes on the deflection. And that's why I tell y'all, when you got tight coverage, because that sounds like tight coverage, your quarterback got to be perfect and your receiver has to be perfect. And the ball was thrown like if he had separation, it would have been caught. But since it was thrown slightly on the outside of the frame, just off of his middle frame in his chest, just slightly off, you give a defender a chance to make a play. And that's what happened. And it was deflected and it turned into an interception. So that's why that man-to-man, that tight coverage, you got to be perfect as a receiver, all right? As a quarterback and a receiver. All right, here we go. Let me see. Here we go. We got some 7-on-7 work. Travis Wingfield. Tua finds Jakeem up the sideline for would-be touchdown on 7-on-7. Got behind the defense. Ball hit him in stride. Well, I think we already did that. That means there was some 7-on-7 and 3-on-3s. All right? All right, let's keep it going. Let me find some more for us as practice continues to move forward. All right, here we go. Travis Wingfield. Salvin Ahmed on a wheel route with Jalen Phillips in coverage catches one about 25 to 30 yards up the sideline, but can't quite stay in bounds. Tua on the throw. Let me see here. Let me read that again. Salvin Ahmed on a wheel route with Jalen Phillips in coverage, catches one about 25 to 30 yards up the sideline, but can't quite stay in bounds. Tua on the throw. So that's nice to hear, though, because first of all, Jalen Phillips in coverage, he's an excellent cover. That's something that he does very well. Now, I'm not gonna get on Jalen Phillips about this, because here's the key to this play. Ahmed got around the corner, and obviously Jalen Phillips going around, following him in the flat. And once he turned up the field on the sideline, Jalen Phillips automatically in trail against a Salvin Ahmed, that little speed down the sideline, and it had to go 25 to 30 yards up the sideline. I'll tell y'all now, man, I like that. See, they're going to try to use Ahmed as one of those sneaky threats out of the backfield. So really good. Tua on the throw on that one. Really good job by the kids so far starting out, man. Now, Omar just reported that the rain has started. Up until this point, no rain. It was a little wet on the field, but no rain. But the rain just started. Let's see what we get in a little bit of rain. It's not even close to being what it was yesterday, but it is a little rain that has started. All right. Reed Sinnett takes his turn as the rain starts to pick up. Nick Needham gets his hands on a pass for a pass breakup. All right. Nick Needham's name being mentioned. All right. Nick Needham is in there, out there making plays. All right. And that's the 7-on-7s when this is happening. All right, this is 7-on-7. Let's keep it going. Nice slant to Tua from Devontae Parker. Now, I think Omar Kelly wrote this dyslexically. He said nice slant to Tua from Devontae Parker. And I'm going to guess Devontae ain't throwing passes unless they doing trick plays. I think what he meant was nice pass from Tua to Devontae Parker. All right, so we're getting all aspects working right now. Jalen Phillips, who sat out part of the team period on Tuesday, is working in team period early today. Good to hear. Tua has had a strong start to today in minicamp. Rain has started. Hopefully it doesn't affect him. All right, let's see. Oftentimes, this is Omar, oftentimes when you get into rain situations, you lose your footing. You need to practice in those elements, Dolphins coach Brian Flores said. All right. One moment, y'all. Let me fast forward. I'm getting a lot of yesterday's tweets. I don't know why. All right, here we go. Tua Tagovailoa with 2 completions to Devontae Parker and 1 to Albert Wilson during 7-on portion just now. Now it's 11-on-11 time. Brissett starts the reps, though. Okay, Brissett getting the start at 11-on-11s. Someone forced Myles Gaskins to fumble a reception from Sinnett. Flores don't like fumbles, y'all. Flores does not like fumbles, and it wasn't even a running fumble. You caught the ball from Reed Sinnett, and somebody forced the fumble. Good job from whoever that was. I'm mad they don't have the name of who forced the fumble, but it looks like those are reps with Sinnett. So, interesting. Oh, excuse me. There's a correction. It was not from Sinnett. It was from Jacoby Brissett. So Jacoby Brissett, because Omar corrected his tweet. He said, sorry, reception was from Brissett. So Jacoby Brissett threw to Myles Gaskins, because I was wondering, why is Sinnett and Myles Gaskins getting reps together? I could see Jacoby, but Tua more likely, but now it makes sense. Brissett throws to Myles Gaskins and someone forced him to fumble. He's already in the doghouse. He's going to be all right. He'll be able to make his way. But Flores will sit you and take your reps away instantly. And when stuff like that happen, man. All right. So at this point, this is what I didn't like about the practice, because I didn't hear much about Tua at all once the rain started. And I was really interested in hearing a lot about him when the rain started. But at this point, when it was not raining, he ripped him up today. And that's what you want to hear, period. He's looking good. He ripped him up on the outside when the rain wasn't present. But as soon as the rain started, I mean, I'm hearing like a slant, and that's about it. And then they're headed inside now. The team is going inside. So now they head inside. Let's see what we got. Well, okay. Now they add some context to it. All right. There was thunder, so the team headed inside. Crap, man. Why did it have to start thundering? You want to hear him rip it up like he did this morning with that rain coming down. But still strong morning by Tua. Let's see how he does inside without any water, wetness, or rain. All right. Let's see here. All right, the rain is back and we're headed to the bubble. A deluge has forced Dolphins practice inside the bubble. Tua was very good in outside session. All right. Practice has gone inside because of the lightning in the area. All right. Let's see here. With Dolphins in the bubble, 2 pool reporters have tested negative for COVID and are allowed to serve as pool for others. Everybody else cleared out of practice facilities for now. So what that means, y'all, pool reporters, there are 4 Miami Dolphins pool reporters. Now, to be a pool reporter, you got to test for COVID every single day, which sucks. Omar and some of them guys, they're like, I'm not testing it. I'm not a pool reporter. So to be a pool reporter, you have to get tested for COVID every day. And then they'll allow you in the facilities. A lot of people were asking yesterday when they heard the interview of Tua, why does it sound like they're outside interviewing them and it sounds like rain and lightning and stuff? because they were outside. You are not allowed. That's NFL protocols. You are not allowed in any of the NFL facilities unless you have a certain level of access, and that access comes with the requirement for pool reporters to be tested every single day. So 2 of the reporters, I don't know if the other 4 got COVID, but I know from my understanding, I could be wrong, I think that 4 of them are pool reporters, and like guys like Omar and a few others aren't. But there are 4 pool reporters. Safid is one of them. And I don't know if maybe Armando, but we'll know who's tweeting after the fact. But I will say this: those guys tested negative, and they were allowed inside. Thankfully, because we need this. We need to know everything that's going on. We need to know everything that's going on. All right. And I'm glad that those guys were able to give us content from the inside. So here we go. 2 pool reporters are present. Dolphins headed in the bubble after lightning alert. Here we go. Pass breakup by Bernardrick McKinney, a catch by wide receiver Kai Locksley, and a pass breakup by Noah Igbenogany with third-string quarterback Reed Sinnett running 11 on 11s. So Bernardrick McKinney saying no, sir. Kai Locksley gets him a catch and another pass up breakup by Noah. I like that. That's Noah and Bernardrick McKinney, 2 guys that we're hoping. I'm really hoping that are vital in their roles this year, making plays. It's on Reed Sinnett, but they're making plays on 11-11. Now, quarterback Jacoby Brissett just went 2 out of 3 on 11 on 11s with a nice check down to Albert Wilson. It's a little bit of a break time now. All right, so 11 on 11s, we got Bernardrick McKinney. We got Reed Sinnett, who goes 1 for 3. We got Jacoby Brissett, who goes 2 for 3 with a nice check down. And what that means, he checked down to Albert Wilson, and Albert Wilson must have cooked him after the catch for it to be considered a nice check down. All right. And they're on a little bit of a break. Now, I believe Tua's time. Reed Sinnett started out. Jacoby Brissett was second. Now Tua. All right. Quarterback Tua Tagovailoa with a 20-yard crossing route to Will Fuller. That's what I want to hear. 20 yards and it's a crossing route. That's Will Fuller for you, baby. And Tua hitting them. After 2 handoffs, so they handed it off after that, Tua is complete to Devontae Parker for another 10 yards or so. Another first down, baby. Next play, Tua just a tad bit long to Albert Wilson, who couldn't track the deep pass. So we got an overthrow, not by far, but it is an overthrow by the quarterback. So Tua on this drive so far looks like he's 3 for 4 and he's cooking. And that's a 20-yard crossing route to Will Fuller. A 10-yard pass to Devontae Parker after 2 runs. And then he misses Albert Wilson deep. And it sounds like Albert Wilson was open. But he missed them deep. Nothing to be alarmed about so far. Really good day for the kid because that's a strong drive so far. All right. Another one. Tua just completed a 25-yard completion to Albert Wilson on a crossing route and double coverage. There we go. Double coverage, tight coverage. 25 yards to Albert Wilson. He just overthrew him and missed him, came back and hit him. See, these are the characteristics you look for. These are the characteristics you look for. You just missed the man deep, and you go right back to him, 25. Let's eat. Double coverage. Double coverage. 25. Let's eat. Let's eat, ladies and gentlemen. I love it, man. This is it's turning, for me, it's turning to, things are a lot better to a really strong day so far. Let's keep it moving. Man, I hope he ends this practice off really strong. Going into their break. Let's see. Let me keep looking. All right, here we go. We continue. Omar Kelly says this. I don't know how he got the information because he wasn't supposedly inside, but nice breakup by Nick Needham. Okay. We don't know where that's coming from though, so we'll keep it moving. All right. Omar Kelly states, the one thing you cannot question about Tua is his ball placement. It's usually phenomenal. He places balls where it's usually difficult for the defender to get. All right. Hopefully we maintain that. All right. Barry Jackson. Tua with beautiful deep completion to Grant. No interception by Tua in the first 4 minutes of practice. What a time to be alive. But Jacoby Brissett, oh, well, we already seen these. These are from earlier. Y'all give me a second. Some of these tweets are mixed up, so y'all give me a moment. I'm trying to find everything. Y'all give me a second. All right. All right, y'all give me a second. I'm just catching up because they did. Oh, these are retweets. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna find them. All right. All right. All right. Here we go. We're back at it. All right. Now they're on quarterback Jacoby Brissett this time. All right. He was 3 out of 6 on his next series. So he did really good on his first series, but he was 2 out of 3. In his second series here, he went 3 out of 6. After a throw behind Mike Gesicki, he completed one to Mac Hollins. So he missed Gesicki, threw behind him, and then he completed one to Mac Hollins. And defensive lineman Jason Strawbridge also had a nice pressure on one of those plays. All right, I mean, I wish you would have told us which one. If it was the one behind Gesicki or the one to Mac Hollins, they would have gave it like a really good narrative. Let me see here. Let's keep it moving, y'all. All right. All right. Y'all bear with me. I'm just trying to cipher through all the trash tweets that's not even football related. Just guys talking about the training facility in Davie, because this is the very last time. Y'all got to understand, Miami for like forever have been training at the Davie facilities, Nova Southeastern and Miami Medical Center and all of that. This is their last practice at that facility. It's no longer. They'll now be practicing at their own practice facility right there next to the stadium on the property. This weekend on Sunday, if I'm not mistaken, I literally was just at the practice facility. I was walking around the practice facility. Nobody was there. It was just workers doing other stuff. And I went in, I was walking around the premises by the field. And it's a beautiful place, man. And then when I got in my car, I took video driving past it, but it's a nice place and they're going to be there now. That's where the practices will be held. So it's going to be pretty amazing. All right. All right. Anyway, let's keep it moving, man. Let's keep it moving. Anything else? All right. Here we go. These are retweets. Yeah, give me a moment. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. We're going to pick up from right here an hour ago. Tua Tagovailoa throws a bullet to Devontae Parker. I love it, baby. Who bobbled and dropped the catch. That's on the receiver. And his check down, Salvin Ahmed, dropped the next pass. Also, it's pouring rain again today. Man, did they go back outside or did that already happen? I'll put context to it eventually. All right. Robert Foster with another catch sold a takeoff and then came back to the ball to give Sinnett an open target. There go that Robert Foster again. All right. Let's see here. All right, here we go. Inside the bubble this time. Quarterback Tua Tagovailoa was 1 of 3 on 7-on-7 goal line work with the touchdown throw to Mac Hollins while on the run. Jacoby Brissett has thrown 3 straight touchdowns to Jakeem Grant, Hunter Long, and Robert Foster. So it looks like they got 3 plays in the red zone. So I think they're giving each quarterback 3 plays. Tua's 3 plays. He went 1 for 3. That means he had 2 incompletes and 1 touchdown to Mac Hollins while on the run. So he was rolling out and threw on the run. I like that. I wish they told us about the 2 that weren't caught and why. Jacoby Brissett had his 3 shots and he got all 3 touchdowns to Jakeem Grant, Hunter Long, and Robert Foster. I love that Hunter Long, your name is being brought up. There go that boy Robert Foster again, and Jakeem Grant name being mentioned again, man. So 2 1 for 3, not the strongest, but I wish I had context to really dive into what I feel about it. And Jacoby Brissett, good job, good solid job in the red zone, getting points. That's what you want to happen. All right. But strong by Tua anyway. We got a touchdown. It's not a 0 for 3 or anything like that. So I like that. All right. All right. Let's keep it moving. All right. Let me see. Ain't no more action. Come on. I'm scrolling, y'all. All right. All right, here we go. Actually, what I just read to y'all was his second goal line appearance. His first goal line appearance, he went 0 for 3. So he's not looking good right now in the goal line. As of right now, that means he's 1 for 6 on the goal line appearance. So we got more detail from the goal line situation. So let me read it. Tua nearly had another touchdown to Devontae Parker, but cornerback Noah Igbenogany with a nice job positioning himself in the air to force Parker to catch the ball out of bounds in the back of the end zone. So I like that. That means the ball was actually on place with that play. Parker got it, but Noah used his body to get Devontae Parker's feet to come down out of bounds. So really good play on. So that's not on Tua or Parker. That's a good play on Noah. That is a very talented play. All right. Tua, Safid said Tua was 0 for 3 in this 7-on-7 goal line series. He was holding onto the ball too long and looking for open guys instead of throwing guys open at the end of their routes. Igbenogany had a great defense on Parker too, as Josh said. That's interesting because so far he's ripping up practice, but one of the biggest concerns with Tua Tagovailoa, period, is that's what the issue was last year. I think a lot of people know that Tua is capable of making plays, period. Capable of making plays. But this was the concern last year. Exactly what Safid just said. He was holding on to the ball too long and looking for open guys instead of throwing guys open at the end of their routes. What have I been saying all year last year? And they called me a hater just for saying those words. So and this ain't turning into what Tua can't do and how bad this is. That's not what this is turning to. But y'all this is what I was talking about last year. And they called me a hater for pointing this out. And they said that this doesn't exist, that I'm just hating, that this doesn't exist. The issue that I do have with this is that Safid is a Tua-neer. I'm going to tell y'all that now. He is a Tua guy. I done heard this guy. This is a Tua guy. And he knows it. He sees it. And he just said this was the issue last year. And it's true. But the bigger thing is, that makes me feel like Tua started slowing down that aggressiveness in practice. If we're supposed to be throwing in tight windows and things of that nature, then you're not going to hold on to the ball waiting for guys to get open. You're going to throw them open. So far, he's having a heck of a day. I'm loving the day he's having, but that still needs to be improved on. And I'm sure there are plays that have already been mentioned where he didn't hold on to the ball and he let it rip. And I like that. But now we want to start seeing that consistency in this specific area. We want to see some consistency in this area, okay? So good observation. So we definitely want to see him improve in that area, but so far he's ripping it up today. those things are going to happen. We just want to see him get consistent and making those better. So far, good day. I'm trying to see if there's any more for everyone. All right, here's what happened after that series. So the first series, he went 1 for 3, and then the second series he went 0 for 3 in the red zone, so he was 1 of 6. But this was Tua's response, and I love this, y'all. Follow me. Tua is spending a lot of time during the break lighter periods talking intensely with his teammates. Following this series, he grabbed Devontae Parker, and the two players chatted for several minutes. You can tell the Dolphins quarterback cares even in June. That's what I love about this kid. That's what I love about this kid. See, that's a leadership move right now. Parker, we didn't get it right, but let's get it right. You know, what do you think on that? Here's what I think. Here's what we can try. Here's what we like, figuring it out. That's that chemistry. That's that relationship. That's what I love about this kid, man. This is the part of the work that he puts in that everybody has to appreciate. Even if you don't believe in him, this is the type of work right here that you have to appreciate. All right. Here we go. On Dolphins 11 on 11. All right, we're getting 11 on 11 work. Here we go. He didn't have such a good 7 on 7 in the red zone, but let's go to 11 on 11. Goal line work. Tua was 1 for 3. All right, so he's starting out 1 for 3 on 11 on 11s. With Albert Wilson getting a touchdown broken up by Jalen Askew. So, and when a pass gets broken up, a lot of times that defender was in the vicinity to make the play. So Albert Wilson either come down with it or Tua get that ball out there quicker. I don't know. The context is not there. Brissett was 2 of 3 with the TD pass to Mac Hollins. And Reed Sinnett was 1 of 2 with the TD to Kirk Merritt. All right. So Tua 1 of 3 with the Albert Wilson TD. No touchdowns for Tua in his because it was broken up. The one that looked like it would have been a touchdown. And Brissett was 2 of 3 with the touchdown pass to Mac Hollins, and Reed Sinnett 1 of 2 with the TD to Kirk Merritt. All right. Let me see here. Let's keep it moving. All right. Kicker Jason Sanders goes 4 for 4 on field goal attempts with his longest make coming from 51. That's what I like to hear from the GOAT. That's what I like to hear from the GOAT. He is the GOAT, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all hit that like button. We got 477 people watching and only 234 likes. Tua ripped it up today. Hit the like button. I know it hasn't been strong in the red zone, 7 on 7s and 11 on 11s, but this is a flip from yesterday. This is a strong day. He started out this day phenomenal. Then it went to he did great. You know, that's a tad bit under phenomenal. And what's been going on so far in the red zone work, he's having a good day now for me. That's where I'm gauging it. It started out phenomenal. Then it went to great. And now he's having a really good day. He's not getting the red zone work done, but he's still making some passes that great defense is also taking place in that red zone. So, you know, I mean, you can't really criticize that much at all. I mean, and he'll get better in that area. I know that that's where the points come from, and that's what matters the most. That's definitely what matters the most. But he's having a really good day so far. Let's see if that narrative changes at all. All right, here we go. Let me see here. All right. Let's keep going. All right, here we go. Quarterback Tua Tagovailoa just hit Jalen Waddle in stride over the middle for 50-yard touchdown. Waddle may have been marked down, but he was jetting for the routes. I want to know who was covering him. That's what I want to know. But Waddle to Tua connection. Hey, I want to see that twice a game. He can be quiet all game. Give me that twice. Give me that twice. Smith or Waddle. It was Waddle. Oh man, that's what I want to hear. Tua Tagovailoa just hit Jalen Waddle in stride. Keyword in stride. That's chemistry. That's timing. Nicely placed ball over the middle for a 50-yard touchdown. Shh. Smith or Waddle. Oh, Waddle is fast. That's what they're saying, man. I can't wait till we get these things on film, man. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. Let me see here. Man, it was a crossing route. It was a crossing route. And he put them jets on. It was a crossing route. But dang, they ain't telling us who it was on. That's what I want to know. Who was guarding him, man? All right. 2 plays after Tua's touchdown pass to Jalen Waddle, he found Devontae Parker up top for a touchdown too, and about 30 yards. Strong finish today by Tua after struggling in goal line and red zone work with the short field. I'm glad Safid said that. Let me break that down. First of all, 2 plays later, touchdown, deep ball, Devontae Parker. I'm loving what he did today. Strong finish. But I'm more happy that Safid said strong finish today by Tua after struggling in goal line and red zone. Because I'm sitting here reading the goal line and red zone stuff, and I'm like, oh, man, he's not looking good in that area today. And people are going to think I'm hating, but I'm just saying what it is. But I'm glad he pointing it out too. It wasn't just me just trying to point out what he didn't do. I'm trying to give the good, bad. I'm trying to be even and fair here, y'all. But that's a good way to end the day. You struggled in the red zone, but it looks like you're making up for it. Hey, somebody said we need red zone TDs. I know, but it's early. We seen a lot of positives today to wipe out yesterday. And now, we just got to work on that red zone execution. It'll happen. But at the end of the day, well, let me finish these tweets, see if we got more. Let me see if we got more first before I finish and get my commentary. All right, quarterback Jacoby Brissett ended practice with a deep touchdown throw to Allen Hurns on 11-on-11. Hurry up, offense. Nice. Jacoby cooking too. So to wrap up, Tua concludes today's mini clip session with a pair of touchdowns. All right, we already had that. Anything else? Let me see. Anything else? Y'all give me a second. Y'all give me a second. Just making sure. One moment, almost there, guys. Just making sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, we got some news about Allen Hurns. Spending time with my baby boy meant everything to me. I never second guessed this. That's why I opted out. Allen Hurns on why he opted out. His son was born in October. Got to respect that. You don't want to put him at a health risk, number one. And number two, he was just born in October. That means he opted out before his son was even born. So he decided my son's about to be born. Let me be here. These are vital moments. Got to respect that. I'm here for that. I'm here for that. All right. Making sure I'm not missing anything else. That's about it. Yeah, that's about it. Other than that, it's more of Allen Hurns' press conference, and I'll touch on that more later. The things that he said. Yeah, it looks like that's pretty much it, man. From my understanding, it looks like that is pretty much it. All right, so let's dive in. Let's talk about this. First and foremost, day 1 of minicamp, Tua Tagovailoa, 5 interceptions and a possible 6. Day 2 of minicamp, 0 interceptions. I told y'all this morning on Clock Blockers, Miami Sports Music podcast channel. I told y'all this morning when I told a whole panel of all 6 people, I said, how many interceptions does Tua have today? Some people said 3. Some people said 2. We had some people say 1. Insanity refused to answer. And I told all of them they Tua haters. He going to have 0 today. He was going to have 0 today. And he came back and he had 0 interceptions today. I didn't even hear any that was tipped and almost intercepted. I didn't even hear anything that was almost, intercepted. That's how you bounce back, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you change the narrative. That's how you change the narrative. You go out there, albeit it was in the rain, and you still got to be able to perform better than you did yesterday in the rain. But that's how you change the narrative. We want touchdowns, not interceptions. And that's what he did. Good job, young fella. Change the narrative. This is what we wait on. And on this channel, I'm sorry, I give the narrative that's present. You struggle, you get that narrative. You do what you did today, you get a really strong narrative. So overall, my assessment from the outside looking in based off of the reports from camp today, Tua Tagovailoa had a let me give his overall grade. Excellent, great, good, fair, poor. I'm going to give him a great minus. It wasn't good. That's a middle. That's like a 3 out of 4. I'm going to give him a 3, like a 1 through 5 rating. I'm going to give him a 3.8 today. Why am I giving him a 3.8? Let me give you the reason why. Because yesterday, I would have given him a 1.5. Today, he gets a 3.8. Why? Because, first of all, he switched up what he did yesterday, which was very impressive. But there is context to it as well. There is context to it all as well. We didn't get to see him play in the rain to see how he actually improved in those conditions. But at the same token, he made a lot of plays. But he also had like 9 plays in the red zone. And he went like 1 for 9 or 2 for 9 or something like that. And the red zone is where you make your living. The red zone is where you get paid, where you eat. So honestly, from a grading scale, A to F, I'm going to give him around a B. I'm going to give him a B for today because the red zone situation wasn't even average. It was very poor today. Now, I give him a little bit more credit in the red zone, and here's why. Because you hear some of the plays like it was a nice pass to Devontae Parker, but Noah Igbenogany made such a great play forcing Parker out of bounds. That's not on Tua. Another one, Albert Wilson had a pass in the end zone, but it was broken up. It could have had something to do with the quarterback, but I'm not going to hold that against him. So I'm going to give him a B for today's effort. Yesterday, I got to keep it 1,000. It was like a D minus. And today he flipped the whole narrative and made it a B. Now, what do you give Tua Tagovailoa's overall grade for minicamp? Day 1 and day 2 combined. Put it in the comment section. I want to hear from y'all. What grade would you give him day 1 and day 2 combined? Put them together. All right, here we go. B minus, C, B minus, C, C plus, C plus, B minus, C plus. A lot of those, anybody, FinFan7, you just ridiculous. A. I'm gonna be honest. If you're a subjective fan, nobody should have an A. I'm just keeping it 1,000 with you. My overall, I would give Tua Tagovailoa a C plus. I would give him a C plus, and there is a part of me that want to give him a B minus. Why? Let me tell you why. He overcame adversity. He heard the noise. He know he didn't do well yesterday. And some people come out and have a decent day, but he had a really good day. And that means a lot. That's what you need from your young quarterback. TD, you said B, now C. No, B was from today. I said when you put yesterday and today together, I'm going to say C plus. And a part of me wants to give him B minus, just give him extra credit. Because he did overcome some adversity. And I love hearing Waddle 50-yarder, Parker 30-yarder. Nice slant, nice crossing route. But outside of the red zone, the reason why I'm going to stick with C plus, because I can't get past, it was one area he struggled in the red zone that he struggled last year, and that was holding on to the ball, waiting on someone to be open versus throwing them open. Because that's the number one thing for me that I want to see improve. So overall, listen, as long as my quarterback ain't a D or an F during the mini camps, I feel good. They're about to go off on their little vacations and put their own personal work in. I feel good going into training camp. He's still got a lot of work to do and still got to make it happen, but I do feel good going into training camp. Overall, good job in camp, Tua. Good job not letting yesterday rattle you. Good job maintaining poise. Very good job, man. If you're not going to give him credit for the day, man, you're really hating. I understand we need touchdowns in the red zone. I know some people are going to hold on to that, but I'm going to urge people to look at it like this. With what he did yesterday, I ain't worried about the end zone stuff. I ain't worried about the red zone stuff right now. I'm not worried about the red zone stuff right now. Just not. Because I'm going to tell you now anyway, in the red zone, we're probably going to be running the ball to start out with to begin with. But I'm just saying, I'm not really worried about that right now. But he did correct his issues from yesterday. Albeit, we didn't get the same raining elements. They went inside because of the thunder, and that's what I would have loved to have seen. He was 1 or 3 in red zone drills. That's not true, Michael G. They get series in red zone drills. He was 1 and 3 on one of the red zone drills. He was 0 for 3 in another one, and I think he was 1 for 3 in the last one, if I'm not mistaken. And if I did read it wrong, that means he wasn't 2 for 9. He was 1 for 6. If I did duplicate one of them, that means he was 1 for 6. Because he had 2 different. I think that is correct. I think he was 1 for 6 actually, because I know one series was 0 for 3 and the other one was 1 for 3, and they had all different players mentioned. So that's what he was in the red zone. But it's all good. Struggles are going to happen. You just don't want a consistent barrage of struggles. If he struggled outside and he was overthrowing, underthrowing, throwing a few picks, and then he went into red zone work and had 1 for 6, that's what we'd be sitting here like, oh my gosh, man. Really? And people would be defending its practice, and I'll be sitting here telling y'all I don't care that it's practice. That's trash. But there was nothing trash about today. Even the red zone work, it wasn't trash. He threw a touchdown, and then there was 2 other plays. He made the right play, and the other guys couldn't finish, and Noah with the great defense. So for technically, based off of the reporters, he was 3 for 6 in that area, if you want to be technical and say that pass to Parker was on point. Noah just making a heck of a play. That pass to Albert Wilson was on point. He just let the guy break the pass up. If you want to give extra credit, just to give it. So that's why I'm not as alarmed. Overall, great day. But I do want to quickly talk about some of the other stars of today. First, let's talk about Noah Igbenogany. He's making some plays, y'all. He's making some plays. But if you're a beat writer and you ever watch this channel, if you're watching right now, some of you probably don't, but if you do, Please, come on, help us out a little more. Let me tell y'all what I don't like. The beat reporters got to, come on. When somebody catches the ball, please tell me who was in coverage. That would have helped us greatly. Tell me who was in coverage. Waddle catches a 50-yarder. Who did he burn? That would be very helpful. And when a defender makes a play, tell me who the receiver, who it was intended for. But please tell me who was in coverage on all the, touchdown, 30-yard touchdown to Parker. Who was in coverage? Because that helps, man. Help us out, man. First of all, we appreciate y'all commentary, period. We thank y'all for going out there, putting this work in and doing this for us, being able to give us the play-by-play. But that would be very insightful and helpful. That'll give you top-notch content if you do that. Definitely would. Antonio with the donation said, TD, Noah keeps this up, X is gone. Hey, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We like the kids' progress. We like the kids' progress. But let's go into training camp and see some of this too. Just like Tua. Just like all y'all said yesterday, it was training mini camps, man. Are y'all really going to make much of mini camps? Don't make much. If you feel that way, then don't make much of mini camps with any of these guys. But it's just not true. These guys are out here competing without pads on. We know when pads come on is all the difference, but they were competing without pads on. And it's a lot of high-flying action, and you like that. When the pads come on, the difficulty level rises, especially when they open it up to being physical. X is not irreplaceable. I agree. I agree. All right, but let's keep it going. So Noah, continue to grind, young fella. From my understanding, Noah went to the coaches and asked for help reading the understanding the defense and the offenses. And I like that, him seeking out the help. I like that. I like that. Then we're going to get on to our next guy. But before we do, Cap for Life with the donation, TD, please tell me you haven't gone to the soft side. Omar Kelly is bad news. Please listen, dude. Just disrespected all of us. He can. How can you defend him, fam? What are you talking about? Let me read that again. Please don't tell me you went to the soft side. Never. Omar Kelly is bad news. Okay, please listen. Dude just disrespected all of us. How can you defend him, fam? Please, how did he disrespect us? Tell me so I know, because I'm ignorant to this situation that you're talking about. Sometimes people are oblivious to what I'm oblivious to what you're talking about, but give me more context so I'll be like, he did that? He said that? Then I'll understand better. But right now, I'm really not understanding what you mean, Cap. So fill me in. Fill me in on what you're talking about so I can better understand, so we can either be on the same page or I can tell you why I agree or disagree, right? So I'm actually interested in what you say, because I want to know how he disrespected all of us. You're saying Omar Kelly disrespected all of us. Okay, let me know what you mean, all right? Yeah, people are asking in the comment section now, how did he disrespect us? But as far as going on the soft side, how am I going on the soft side? Is it something that I said that gives you indication that I've gone to the soft side? Let me know, all right? Let me know why you're asking if I've gone to the soft side. So I correct myself. You did not accuse me of going to the soft side. You just said, please tell me you haven't gone to the soft side. I can answer that by understanding what indication do you feel might make you feel like I am. All right. People don't like you giving Tua praise, LOL. I hope that ain't what we're talking about here. Did Tua have a good day today? Yes or no? I understand the red zone work. It ain't like I gave him an A. I understand the red zone work and holding the ball, waiting for somebody to come open instead of throwing them open. But did he have a bad day today? No. The kid played great today, honestly. If you think about it, because you got to get, okay, he played solid today. But you have to give him a little better than solid for the simple fact of what he just did yesterday. Is that what this is? Tua, they don't like me giving him credit. They don't like me being fair. Is that what it is? I already made it clear, ladies and gentlemen. Let me say it again. Me and you are not the same if you aren't going to give this guy credit when he does well. I'm very critical of him. He started looking like a bum. I call it how I see it. I take the heat of people calling me a hater. But if he out there playing great football, me and you are not the same. If you want me to talk about how he's no good, there's only one man who can write his narrative, and that's him. That's why in the title of this video, it says Tua Tagovailoa changing the narrative, ? And the answer was, yes, he is. Based off of today, he's changing the narrative. The narrative yesterday was trash. 5 freaking picks. I don't care nothing about no weather. Want to hear all them excuses. Today, this kid came and rised above the occasion. I had a mental expectation of him today to be average. And honestly, that mental expectation would have been good enough because that's still a bounce back from yesterday. But he wasn't average today. He exceeded my expectation today. He learned from some of those mistakes, obviously. When I hear the beat writer say he threw into double coverage, he threw a ball in stride. Beautiful slant. Nice find on the sideline. Crossing right to Will Fuller. Jakeem Grant in stride. Parker drops the ball, but in stride. Well, we got 2 things today where he sailed the ball, overthrew the ball. 2 of them today out of 30. For y'all who don't like Tua, you'd be a lot more respected if you can call days like today what they were. We are not the same. Now, if I came on here and I was like, Tua ain't see, this is what some of y'all probably expected me to do, and I'm sorry, that's just not me. I call it how I see it. This is what y'all expected me to do. All right, man, after looking at what happened in practice today with Tua, man, I hope people don't come into the stream right now anyway, because they can be like, oh, I turned on the stream and he hating on Tua. No, I'm not hating on him. I'm giving you an example of what people probably thought that must have thought that I would be doing. They probably were like, no, he ain't do good today. Let me listen to TD to tell me why he didn't. No, I call it how I see it. So this is what y'all probably expected. Man, Tua threw all these completions when it wasn't raining. And then all of a sudden, he got bailed out because of thunder and went in the bubble. And then he struggled in the bubble in the red zone, couldn't even connect with people. Jacoby Brissett out here throwing touchdowns in the bubble. Is that what you expected me to say? If you did, then you have false expectations of me. You're wrong. Be honest. The kid had a good game. Does that mean he's the future? We still don't know. We need him to string these type of performances together and then let it translate when the season starts. That's what we need. He's still got areas of improvement. He's still got things he got to work on, like everybody on this team. Everybody. But he had a good day. I'm going to praise him for that because that's what we need to be successful. He comes into training camp and struggles. I'm going to talk about how he struggled. He coming to training camp balling out. I'm going to be happy he balled out. Let's keep it 1,000. But at the same token, I need all y'all who be making excuses for Tua to recognize when he does struggle, he's going to get criticized. That's how it works. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear, whether you like him or you hate him. I'm going to tell you what's actually happening. So Miami Dolphin fans around the world, be encouraged by what you saw today. Be encouraged. Point blank, simple. Be encouraged. Let's sit back and say, man, good day-to-day Tua. Man, I hope you pick up where you left off when training camp come because we need you. That's where we need you most. Come on, bro. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's be great. Man, I'm getting goosebumps right now talking about it. I'm serious. I'm getting goosebumps, baby. Let's be great. This is his perfect time to continue the path of changing that narrative. Only he makes the narrative. I can't make the narrative. I can't be saying that he's trash when he's not performing that way. I can't be saying that he's playing well when he's not performing that way. He determines the narrative. And the only frustrating thing is what I don't want is that narrative to keep changing. He's terrible. He's great. He's terrible. He's great. I'm not the one that's flip-flopping. His play. So consistency is what it's about, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move on real quick because I want to highlight one more player, man. Foster, ladies and gentlemen. I'm urging y'all, when y'all sitting out here doing all your little mock 53-man rosters, you better have Foster in that seven-man rotation. This kid, I told y'all last month, I said, y'all don't think Foster gonna make this roster? No, practice squad maybe. No! This kid, I'm telling y'all. Now he may not, maybe not, but I believe he does. I feel so confident that Foster makes it, and he may not. We may look up a month and a half from now. Dang, Foster ain't make it. But I'm telling y'all, this kid, I think Foster gonna make this roster. But when you consider Foster making the roster, you start looking at, man, who's out? Who's not making it? That's what you start looking at. Ooh, who's not making it? This is going to be a heck of an offseason. And they're going to have a lot to talk about. It's going to be crazy these next couple, man. It's going to be crazy. Because this is where, by the way, this is where Dolphin Nation usually goes silent, 0 Dark 30. You don't hear too much outside of maybe contractual things, and that's sprinkled in. You may get a few press conferences, but guys are off on their hiatus until training camp. Like, technically, this is the off season. Like, there's about to be a 4-week, 5-week period where it's going to be quiet, y'all. They don't come back until it's training camp, and they'll be in the new facilities in Miami. So if you want the latest content, Miami Dolphins news, if you want to see my breakdown of player evaluations, who's going to make the roster, who's not, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Make sure your notifications are on. Make sure you let your friends and family members know about the channel and hit that like button every chance you get. We had 550 people watching at one point on this stream right here. I thought it would be like 300 and something because it's the middle of the day, but we had over 550 people watching at one point, and we only got 329 likes. Come on, y'all, let's get 400 because we still got our 450 people watching right now. Shout out to the homie Triple S Podcast. With Foster emerging, Devontae Parker, Fuller, Waddle, Lynn, Bowden, Burt, who is Burt? Preston, Hearns, and more. Does the lack of Lynn Bowden news mean anything? Is he out? I hope not. Great question. Great question. You're right. Lack of Lynn Bowden. But I'm not going to fret about it. I don't know. And here's why. I'm not going to look at it as a big deal. Lynn Bowden name hasn't been mentioned. Alan Hearn's name hasn't been mentioned either. It was just mentioned today. But that was on one play, if I'm not mistaken. One or two plays in the whole minicamp. It's really not mentioned. We're just giving him more attention because he held out and they interviewed him today. So he's really hasn't been mentioned. Albert Wilson's stock is rising. Bert is Albert Wilson. Okay, I good. I'm talking about him. Albert Wilson's stock is rising. They say his speed is right back to form. He's looking good, moving fast, making plays. Okay. But yeah, Alan Hearns, Lynn Bowden, that's tough. Because think about it. I think Foster makes the roster, Devontae Parker, Fuller, Waddle, Preston. That's 5 right there. Albert Wilson, that's 6. Foster, Parker, Fuller, Waddle, Albert Wilson, Preston. That's 6 right there. And you got one more slot. I ain't mentioned Lynn Bowden. I ain't mentioned Alan Hearns. I ain't mentioned Jakeem Grant. I ain't mentioned Perry. That's 4 guys. I ain't mentioned Kirk Merritt. That's 5 guys right there. That's 5 guys right there fighting for one spot. See, I thought we'd carry 8 receivers because I thought the league, due to COVID, the whole new thing, they'd go 55-man roster. But they decided to keep it at 53 and add 2 additional guaranteed slots to the practice squad. Yeah, Mac Hollins. I ain't even say Mac Hollins. How did I miss Mac Hollins? That's 6 guys fighting for one spot. That's 6 guys fighting for one spot, y'all. It's getting real, ain't it? The heat is on, ain't it? I said Albert Wilson, Antonio. Appreciate you, though, homie. That's 6 guys who all have a sense of talent. Lynn Bowden is young. I like him. But is he going to beat out the other 5? Hearns. And Alan Hearns is guaranteed money, and our dead cap is more than his salary. If we cut him, we got to pay more than his salary, which is crazy. I've never seen a contract that way. If he plays this year, we pay him less money than if we cut him. Now, that don't mean he's guaranteed to make the team. They might bite the bullet, but I'm just saying. Somebody said most likely Hearns will get the spot. So Hearns is going to beat out Lynn Bowden, Kirk Merritt, Hollins, who is a special teams guy that they love. That's why a lot of people think Mac Hollins going to make the team. See, let me tell you where the wrench gets thrown in. A lot of people got Mac Hollins making the team, and they don't have Foster making the team. But you got to take Foster serious, man. And when they sign him in free agency early. It wasn't one of them late signings where let's bring in another guy and another guy. They signed him in the heat of free agency. And when I looked up his past, this guy averaged 20 yards per catch. He's your deep threat coming across the middle. I feel like he's going to make the team. And like I said to y'all before, I could be wrong. But I know talent when I see it. When I watched the little bit of film that I watched on him, and I'd admit for him it was highlights. But when I do watch those highlights for him, I loved what I saw. And obviously the Dolphins did too. Obviously the Miami Dolphins did too, and that's why they brought him in. Somebody said, I feel Foster is Preston's replacement. I'm glad you said that because let's break that down. Out of all 6 that we said is guaranteed and everybody else will be fighting for a spot, Devontae Parker ain't safe. If they feel like that room is so loaded, they could move on from Parker in a trade and get an asset. Albert Wilson, great talent, but he ain't safe. I want to see Albert Wilson on that field this year, but they could move on if they wanted. And he brings savings. Just Devontae larger savings, but that's savings. Again, we ain't even talk about Jakeem Grant, Pro Bowl returner, still can make plays. Look at the chemistry with Tua today. Dropped the dime on it and connected. That's pretty cool. Look at that. Fixing some of the things that was tough last year. And another guy, Preston Williams, could be ousted. I know it's pennies. His salary is pennies. But still, man, don't you want the best guys playing? Don't you want the best guys playing? Foster might actually do replace Preston. Healthy, out there, giving you good chunks. The only thing that's going to be hard for Preston to lose his job is the fact that he was playing better than Devontae Parker last year before he got hurt. Preston looked like he was on his way to 1,300 yards, and Parker was on his way to 800 to 900. Go look at the stats when both of them were on the field. Preston was taking off on them when they were playing the same amount of games, and when the weeks were going up, Preston was taking off on them. Then Preston got hurt. Then it was the Devontae Parker 50-50 game. The suspense is real. Yeah, you're right. You're right. And I hate the fact that you got 2 guys that's always nicked up. Parker and Preston. Gosh. But maybe they don't feel like Foster is as nicked up. Maybe they don't feel like some of them other guys, And don't forget, don't Will Fuller still got 1 game suspension? I keep forgetting about that. Ain't Will Fuller suspended for the first game? I might be wrong on that, but I think I remember he's still suspended for the first game, right? Let me know in the comment section. Y'all help me out because my memory ain't serving me well on that. But from my understanding, I think he's not playing game 1. He is, yeah. So Fuller ain't going to be there game 1. So one of these guys they're going to want to be his replacement week 1. Week 1, he will not be active, and we will have another guy who makes the 7th man. So it's going to be somebody who's on the practice squad. But again, who's going to the practice squad? Who's going to the practice squad, man? And then who are you going to be able to retain on the practice squad? Think about that. Would Allen Hurns sign on the practice squad, or will he just go with another team? He's a veteran. Albert Wilson ain't going to be on no practice squad. Somebody will snatch him up quick and give him a real deal where he on a 53. Lynn Bowden, the talent, because here's our worst enemy. The fact that these guys got burned last year, they got to play. The league got to take a look at, okay, I see the little dynamic talent, and the other teams will want to bring them in. Who could really end up staying on our practice squad, who will sign with our practice squad instead of saying, this team will bring me in? And I'm sure 1 or 2 of these guys will sign a practice squad deal, but I don't think you can keep all these guys that you like on the practice squad outside of Kirk Merritt. But again, the Kirk Merritt, is that the guy you want to activate? See, Kirk Merritt is going to end up becoming a lost name in all of this. Because first of all, you cut him, then you let him go to the Patriots, and then you bring him back to finish the season. But everybody knows that was in part due to the fact that everybody was hurt. But when you traded him, yeah, we didn't cut him. We traded him, right? When you traded him to New England, that was already the writing on the wall. Okay, we're going to move on from Kirk. And I'm glad that we're getting the asset for him. And then you bring him back, which is all cool, but that's only because everybody got hurt. Oh, that was Isaiah Ford? Why am I saying Kirk Merritt? See, I told y'all my memory wasn't serving me well on that. Thank y'all. That's why y'all here, to make sure I don't look crazy, man. At least though, make sure I don't look crazy long for a long time. But I stand corrected. I always tell y'all, correct me when I'm wrong, acknowledge me when I'm right. Appreciate y'all for helping me out with that one. That's Isaiah Ford. Kirk Merritt's still going to become the lost name. He's still going to become the lost name in all of this. Because he's not, I don't think he's making the 53-man roster. And I love his talent. And hopefully he signs on the practice squad. Hopefully he signs on the practice squad. What else, man? Here's the biggest wild card with this team. Here's the biggest wild card. We're not getting enough information on the running. You know, Brian Flores started today's practice observing the run blocking scheme that they're implementing. That's what he did to start the practice. What's up, Ray? Appreciate you joining the TD FansTalk family. A new subscriber, Ray Grulin. Appreciate you, homie. Enjoy the content, man. Do the best I can to make you happy. I can get wild sometimes, but just bear with me. I haven't heard the real story of this team is going to be what we do in training camp in the run game. That's what I'm good. That's what I can't wait to talk through. Antonio with the donation said this is a great problem to have, TD. Absolutely it is. But again, yeah, it's a great problem to have. But here's where you get caught up in a peculiar situation. It's a great problem to have all these wide receivers that all of them can't make the roster, but it's also an opportunity for Chris Grier, but you have to be able to honestly scout it right. When you have young guys making peanuts behind you as depth on the roster in the practice squad, these things don't happen often. So this is a time where you might want to move on from a guy or two that might make the roster and elevate two other guys to the 53 and get some assets. Why do I say that? If you traded Preston Williams, if somebody saw the value and you can get an asset for Preston Williams, which I don't want to do, I'm just saying, this is something the GM has to think about. If you could flip Preston Williams and let a guy like Coleman or somebody replace him, you don't know. You may have not have lost anything. I know Preston has talent, but he's been hurt a lot. You still hasn't seen his prime. He's still raw as a player, you know? Or he could turn out to be great, but you still don't know. You know he has it in him. And we are talking about undrafted players, guys. Or you could take a guy like Devontae, who might be on the end of the road for the Dolphins anyway. I know a lot of people may not want to come to that realization, but I don't know if Devontae Parker's in the long-term plan anyway at this point. So with that being said, maybe you can elevate another guy and get a draft asset for Devontae. See, it's different. This is like the Xavier Howard situation, but different. We actually have depth behind them where it wouldn't kill us if we did move on. See, Xavier Howard's situation, I always wanted those assets now than getting nothing later, but we would have been a little bit thin if we did it. But in the receiving core, you might can move on from, a guy like Parker and still have viable pieces behind him. So it's really interesting. I want to see what Chris Grier does out of all of this, because all of that talent we got in the receiving core, somebody getting traded. Somebody getting traded. Grant still got over $2 million in dead cap, and he only going to save you another $2 million. So You try to trade that all pro special teams, he got value. I'm telling you, I always use Gruden as an example. Gruden is the perfect person. Yeah, I want to bring that Grant in, that little guy Grant who makes plays. He's just fun to watch, and I can get him to make plays. You know, that's John Gruden for you. There's a team out there that would do it. There's a team out there that would do it. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. We still got to pay Gesicki, or he might get traded. You got Hunter Long. I want y'all to think about this. Losing Gesicki is like, okay, we brought his replacement in at Hunter Long. Will we get the same production? I'm going to be honest. You don't know. I'm telling y'all, Hunter Long might come in and give you the same production Gesicki gave you plus block. People don't want to give Hunter Long credit, and rightfully so, because he's a rookie. But this man might come in. I mean, look at him in minicamp. You hear this kid out here playing football, making big catches, catching touchdowns. This ain't no slouch. He's no slouch. But you'd have the same team as last year, just replacing Gesicki with Hunter Long. But now the defense can't sit there and tell you what's going to happen when Hunter Long's on the field. They don't know if it's a run or a pass. When Gesicki's on the field, the defense knows this is a pass. And if it's not running his way. Not at a high clip. So will they trade Gesicki? I don't know. We might look up tomorrow and they gave Gesicki a new deal. But we'll see. These are the things we're looking out for. This is what we're looking out for. And Hunter Long, he could be a better blocker too. But he's better than Gesicki. He could be a better route runner. But he's better than Gesicki. He could be a better pass catcher. Gesicki got a slight edge because he's done it in this league. He got a slight edge over Hunter Long catching the ball. Not because he's just a better catcher, but I'm just giving him credit for that over Hunter Long because he's done it in the NFL. Hunter Long hasn't done it in the NFL yet. But the kid had more receptions than Kyle Pitts and any tight end in football in college. He can catch the ball and do it at a high clip. Better than what's his name? The draft pick. I just said his name. Better than gosh, why am I shooting a blank? Than the number 5 overall pick this year. I just said his name, man. Y'all can tell I ain't getting much sleep last night at all. Kyle Pitts. Yeah, okay, it's coming back now. Kyle Pitts. The reason why Kyle Pitts was a higher graded prospect over Hunter Long out of college is because Kyle Pitts is a superior route runner too. He's a superior route runner. He also blocks, and he catches at a very high click. But Hunter Long is just as good as a pass catcher. He's just as good. Kyle Pitts just is a phenomenal route runner. And Hunter Long can be better at route running, but he's better than Gesicki. But he hasn't done it in the NFL, so that's all speculation, right? Time will tell, but they drafted him for a reason. And he already out there in practice getting burned right away for a reason. And while he's getting that burn, he ain't dropping balls. He are catching those balls. He's catching them. He's making plays for Tua and Jacoby Brissett. Making plays. So we'll see. Ogba, we'll see. Brissett, we'll see. Not Brissett, excuse me. Gesicki, we'll see. And Xavier Howard, the biggest story. I'm going to be honest, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen with this X saga. I don't know what's going to happen. There's a million scenarios, a million things that could happen, and I think I've already spoke on all of them. But I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I hate to see that combination, that duo break up, because it's such a vital part and it's a beautiful thing, man. It makes life easier for everyone. And now our defensive front is going to make life easier for them. And I just feel like our defense is about to be the greatest in the NFL. But without X, then you're like, man, we're hoping that it maintains greatness. And I think it still could, but, it's still a crapshoot. You don't know. We'll see how the dominoes fall. We'll see how the dominoes fall. Anywho, man, I just wanted to give y'all an update on day 2 of training camp. Good job with Tua Tagovailoa. Good job, Noah Igbenogany. Good job with Foster, Robert Foster, making a name for himself. Good job, Hunter Long, still mentioned in a positive light. I'm not hearing much about the O-line, but we aren't hearing any like sacks, would-be sacks like we did yesterday, so that's pretty good. Man, I'm excited about this offseason, but we got more to come. Again, let your friends and family members know about the channel. Hit that like button, guys. We're 10 likes away from 400. We're 10 likes away from 400. We want to get about 700 by tomorrow on this video, because everybody should be very, very excited about what happened today, especially with Tua Tagovailoa dusting off that dusty day yesterday and making it do what it do today, man. Big ups to the young fella. Congratulations to Tua Tagovailoa, man. We stand behind you. Please continue to make us proud, because we're longing for it. It's easy for us to criticize you, man, because we've just been so hurt from the past. But right now, everybody should be encouraged. All right. So let's keep our head up. Let's hope that we hit on our road to the Super Bowl. Bigger and better things. Shout out to the mod squad. Shout out to the members. Appreciate y'all love and support. Thank y'all for getting over 400 likes. This is TD Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. It's time for me to get up out of here, man. I got work to do on my all sports channel. So TD Sports Talk, I got to make a few phone calls, and hopefully I can do some work over there today. It's just these OTAs threw me off. I mean, these minicamp threw me off. But TD Sports Talk is about to be full force, so get ready for it. If you're not subscribed to TD Sports Talk, make sure that you go subscribe to it, all right? That's going to be a lot of stuff around the league, and we're going to have other channels as well with other teams. So get ready for it. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Fins up, fins up, fins up. Let's go Dolphins. 17-0. Here we go. On the 20-0. Let's do it. Let's do it. You can call me a homer all you want. 20-0, baby. Let's do it. I'll see y'all soon. Peace. I'm out.